Village Elementary. I am Miss Levalle and I'm here with Roary. I am the gifted resource teacher here at Lamar. Okay, Lamar Village, I have one of my favorite books and the title is Moon Bear's Shadow and the author is Frank Ash. And he also illustrated these pictures. I love this book. It's so funny to me. Moon Bear's Shadow by Frank Ash. One day, Bear went down to the pond with his fishing pole and a big can of worms. While he was putting a worm on his hook, he looked down and saw a big fish. I'm going to catch that fish, thought Bear to himself. But when Bear stood up to throw his line in the water, his shadow scared the big fish away. Go away, Shadow, cried Bear. But Bear's shadow would not go away. Okay, said Bear. If you won't go on your own, then I'll just have to get rid of you. And he put down his fishing pole and he began to run. He ran around the pond. When he got to the other side, he kept on running. Who do you think is following? He ran through a field of flowers, jumped over the brook, and hid behind a tree. Good, thought Bear. Now Shadow can't find me. Do you think his shadow is going to find him, boys and girls? But Bear was wrong. When he stepped out from behind the tree, the first thing he saw was Shadow. Nearby was a cliff. Bear walked over to the cliff and looked up. He climbed so high, Shadow won't be able to follow me, thought Bear. Bear climbed higher and higher until at last he pulled himself up to the top. Huffing and puffing, he smiled with pride. Then he looked down and saw Shadow. Can't get rid of that shadow. Now, Bear was very annoyed. So he went home and got a hammer and some nails to nail his shadow to the ground. He hammered and hammered, but no matter how many nails he hammered, he couldn't nail his shadow down. If I can't nail him down, thought Bear, maybe I can bury him. So he got his shovel and dug a hole. When the hole was deep and wide, he let his shadow fall in the hole. Oh, goodness. Y'all think this is going to work, boys and girls? Then Bear filled in the hole with dirt. When he was finished, it was almost noon. The sun was high in the sky, and Shadow was nowhere to be seen. At last, sighed Bear, no more Shadow. But now, Bear was very tired, so he went inside and took a little nap. While he slept, time passed, and the sun once again cast shadows everywhere. Boys and girls, look how the sun is in different positions. When Bear got up and opened his door, he saw Shadow on the floor. Not you again! And he slammed the door, hoping to lock Shadow inside. But Shadow was too quick. shadow still there. You see him, Roary? Sighed Bear. How about this? If you let me catch a fish, I'll let you catch one too. Nod your head like this if it's a deal. Now, boys and girls, think about that. If you nod your head, what is your shadow going to do? Right, Roary. When Bear nodded his head, Shadow nodded too. This is a deal. So Bear went back to the pond and once again threw his line in the water. By this time, the sun was in a different part of the sky, which made it easy for Shadow to keep his part of the deal. Shadow is behind Bear now. And when Bear caught that big fish, Shadow caught one too. The end. All right, Roary, how did you like Moon Bear's shadow? Yay! 10 out of 10! Thank you, Roary. High five me. Yay. Alright, guys. Like I said, I love this book because it's so funny. I hope you thought it was funny too, because really you can't get rid of your shadow. But this is a great book to learn about why we have shadows and how the earth rotates. Okay, guys? So you can look into that and see what causes a shadow and how the earth rotates. And remember to continue to read and read with Roary. Yay!